So, gentlemen, I'm back. UFC 314, Volkanovski versus Lopes, and holy shit, this was a pretty good card. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't watch this fight here. I don't give two fucks about it. But well, really the fight I really first watched. Marco Tulio versus Trayshawn Gore. Now Gore, of course, he was on the Ultimate Fighter. Came off the Ultimate, actually got injured on the Ultimate Fighter and fought Brian Battle because Brian Battle won the Ultimate Fighter. A lot of people thought Gore would win that fight. He lost his Brian Battle, and after that he lost to Cody Brundage. Then he gets 2 wins in a row against Josh Freeman and Antonio Tricoli, right? Now he's fighting Marco Tulio, who won his UFC debut. I'm pretty sure I forgot who he won it against though. I really did, but he looked really good while doing it. And yeah, Gore, he was game. He was in that motherfucker. He was in the fight. He tried to get back in there. He actually dropped Marco Tulio, but dude, Tulio, I ain't gonna lie. In that second round, he was in a flow state, bro. If you know what the flow state is, it's basically like you can't be beat. He couldn't even get hit. He was working out that body, man. It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time before Trey Songz was gonna crumble. No matter how tough you are, you can't take that much punishment. And that's moving on. We got Sumo Dodge versus Mitch Raposo. Now this fight was pretty, kind of boring if you don't really like wrestling, but it was pretty boring. I mean, Raposo, their shot takedowns all fight. Sumo Dodge was handling the good on the feet. Now I'm liking the fact they're actually, scoring fights for the person that's actually doing more damage. Mar Batista bitch ass, but they're scoring fights for someone that does more damage now. Like, Raposo just did nothing but just fucking hop his leg. He was actually just going for his legs all day, dude. No strikes on the feet, nothing. He landed like a good right hand in the first round, but that was pretty much it. Next move, we got Michael Olashasek versus Cedricus Dumas, or Dumbass, as I would like to call him. Boy, Dumas is so fucking. He's terrible, dude. Now I don't want to talk shit. He will be on eyes in real life, but dude, he's just not on the UFC level. This nigga got knocked out by a forearm, bro. Next, we got Julian Rosa versus Darren Elkins. Now, of course, Darren Elkins is known for taking a lot of damage and coming back to win. But the fight he did that in, like the Bersad Betches fight, whatever. Speaking of Bersad Betches, whatever happened to that motherfucker? Because his last fight was against David Jackson, bro, in 2020. That was it. Whatever happened to that motherfucker? Did he retire or something? I don't know what happened to him. But Darren Elkins, he had a crazy comeback, and that was back in 2016. So it's crazy to say 2016 was 9 years ago, man. Shit, like yesterday I found out fucking 2017 was 8 years ago. Like, what? God damn, man. But yeah, he pretty much got his ass beat this entire fight. Rosa just beat the living shit out of him. And yeah, I mean, the fight didn't even start good for him. Yeah, he got clipped to the left hand, which he was off balance to be fair, but he still went down, Which I think it's time for Elkins to hang it up. He had a good win last time out against Pineda, but it's time to hang it up, dude, for real. Next, you got Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. Now, a very good fight. In the first round, Jim was in there, bro. He was in there. He was on some good shots on the feet. But I'm telling you, if Jim Miller did not gas out, who knows who, he probably won this fight, But unfortunately, Jim was kind of old these days. And, yeah, he got gassed in the last 2 rounds. Now, there were, a couple of weird submission attempts. I forgot what Jorgen called it. It was like a crotch something, bro. Or, I'm just going to call it a banana split. Whatever the fuck these submissions are, man. But it was like a crotch something, a crotch snapper or some shit. And he had him in that position for about was it 5 minutes combined, in both rounds. But yeah, actually the second round actually ended in that position right there. So yeah, I'm going for Chase Hooper, and he actually wants to fight some young dudes now. Now Jennifer Dober versus Yan Xiaonan. Jennifer Dober dominated this fight. I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't thinking about watching this fight, but I come to see who would come out on top of this fight, and if the person deserves a rematch against or a fight against Zhang Weili, Now, of course, when Zhang Nan had fought Weili, she should have lucky lost that fight. She got stopped, but Jason Herzog was kind of being a little bit of a dumbass. No offense, he kind of was. But Jennifer Dober just dominated the entire fight, and I like to see her get the next title shot for sure. I wouldn't mind that. Now, next we got a controversial one. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. Now, first 2 rounds are pretty close. I mean, to be fair, I can see how they could score for Ige because he was going for throwing harder shots. And Woodson, he has established trying to catch you coming in with basically trying to touch you, pop you. And Ige was throwing the hardest shots, and he had rocked him in the third round and almost dropped him and was hitting some hammer fists. And it starts kind of reminds of when Dominic Cruz got finished by Henry Cejudo. Like it kind of reminds of that same exact style, but he was on his way up and they stopped the fight. But either way, it's good to see Danny get back to win column. But Woods, I feel bad for Woods because he could have had like he was gonna lose either way. But man, like I would definitely like to see him back, like get a ranking next to his name. But he'll be back eventually. He's gonna be a prominent lightweight for sure. Trust me. I said light. What the fuck? He's built like light at featherweight. Excuse me. But Woods, he has a fucking crazy ass build. Next we got Don Grace versus Nikita Krylov, and I'm kind of surprised to see Krylov was the favorite, because he had been on for 2 years already, and I knew that Dominic had the power to fucking put him out cold, and that's exactly what he did in the first round. With a count left, but it's like the same kind left he had knocked out or should have knocked out OSP with back in 2018, But it's so good to see him get his career back together because when he lost to Ryan Spann, I thought he was done. Like I understand losses to John Jones, which he shouldn't have lost by the way, and Yuri and Jan, I understand those losses, right? But Ryan Spann, like I'm telling you, bro, that fight's forever a fluke in my opinion. But went for Don Grace, he's in the top 10 now. Thank God, I'm happy for him, man. And yeah, hopefully he gets some really good people soon in the top 10. Next we got Gene Silva, this fucking crazy ass motherfucker, man, versus Bryce Mitchell. Two crazy motherfuckers fighting. And what I'm basically gonna say was like the people's main event, Very good fight. But it's like there was never a threat from Bryce Mitchell, no matter what. Like me personally, I picked Bryce to win this fight because I thought he would at least take him down at least once, but he just did it, And yeah, he didn't take him down not one bit, dude. And every time he tried to show a takedown, he just got stuffed, So, and he submitted him with a ninja choke. Yeah, I went for it actually in the first round, but he was able to roll out of it. But Gene Silva, man, hey, he's something to look after. Like I know you can sit there and say, oh, he beat Bryce Mitchell, he was knocked out, and Bryce Mitchell got knocked out by Emmett and whatever. But there's not many people that can submit Bryce Mitchell. The only person who did that was Topuria, or the person I lost to on the Dance Tennis was it Brad Katona, right? I said Dance Tennis, the Ultimate Fighter, and that didn't really count towards his official record because it was an exhibition, So Bryce Mitchell was really undefeated before he fought Topuria. And next we got Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Now, I know I'm a Pitbull fan, I like Pitbull a lot. But his time is up, bro. I didn't think he was going to win his fight or not win, but I thought he was going to get knocked out for real. But Pitbull's time is done. I would say the sport, he still has it. He had a good couple moments against Yair. He landed some good shots. Almost having Omar later in the third round. But I say the best thing you can do for Pitbull now is just give him some fun fights. Don't let him have like fights like Yair. But Yair was a fun fight, this is a good fight to get Pitbull. That's his debut. But he had a good Yair had a really good performance. He basically just stayed back and he had dropped him with a 1-2 in the third round. And yeah. Now, I kind of comment on some of the jokers said after the fight, talking about this is why levels matter. Like this is the UFC level compared to the Bellator's level, And I mean, of course, the UFC is way better than Bellator, but we're not going to know the fact that Pitbull is 37 years old. This wasn't like no fraud check. It's like. But Pitbull is 37 years old, bro. Come on now, man. I'm not gonna sit there and it's not a fraud check, bro. Like maybe this was like 5 years ago in 2019, then yeah. And honestly, if Pitbull came to the UFC like in his prime, which was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, in my opinion, Pitbull's prime kind of left when he had lost Adrian McKee in their first fight. But if he was in his prime when he had fought Yair, who knows how this fight would turn out? I would like to see it as a 5-round, but yeah, going for Yair, but he's not getting next top. Like, come on, bro. They actually got this fucking Patty Pimblett. The commentary team was dick riding him the entire event. Fucking John over here, Patrick Pimblett. He's a good fighter. Dick riding ass motherfuckers, man. But rest of Michael Chandler, and now Chandler, like, dude, by any means, he had a good performance against a tough opponent. But this is like no top 5 level win. Chandler has been washed since he, left the sport for like 2 years to get the Conor fight. Like, come on, let's be real here now, dude. He's washed. This is a shell of Michael Chandler, bro. Like, come on, let's be serious here now, dude. Chandler's done in this damn sport, dude. He should honestly retire right now. And he basically, it's like, It's kind of it reminds me of when you kind of beat Bobby Green. You know, he had beat the shell of Bobby Green. Like even though Bobby Green, in my opinion, was never really that good in the lightweight division, but come on now, dude. Like he's over here calling out Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Islam, Armas, but they all fuck you up, dude. Like this motherfucker got slammed like 3 times by Chandler. What do you think Islam is gonna do to you, bro? But hey, I like the confidence, bro. You gotta be confident in order to win these big fights and fight for a title one day. But going for Paddy Pimblett, Chandler gotta retire. And yeah. Next we got the main man, the legend, the featherweight goat possibly, or honestly he's the featherweight goat in my opinion now. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. Boy, I'll tell you, bro. I was on the edge of my seat this entire fight, bro. I was shaking, bro. I was rocking back and forth. Please don't go in the don't brawl him. Please don't. Every time you get against the fence, I'll say no, please don't. Now I'm a big Aldo fan, but it's about time to see someone like Volkanovski get that belt back, And yeah, this in my opinion, this kind of makes him the fairway go now. Like when he lost it to Poirier, I was still saying Aldo reigns supreme and all that on my live stream, but Volkanovski is the GOAT now. The featherweight GOAT, obviously. And thank God he won this fight. And I don't think anyone at featherweight is going to beat him for a long time. I think he's going to beat Mobsar. Who I don't even know when Volk's going to lose his belt. I don't want to jinx it, but he's going to beat Mobsar next. It's probably going to be Mobsar. Yair's not getting that next fight because come on now, dude. BC, Yair's not fighting Volkanovski again. We saw what happened last time he fought him, bro. We saw exactly what happened last time. And for him to beat Lopes in that fashion, in a dogfight was just scary, I was scared as fuck the entire fight. I really was. Like every time, and especially when he got dropped in the second round, I was like, "Oh fuck, God. No." Even when the decision was being made, I was hoping they was gonna rob him. But man, it's so good to see him have that belt on his waist again, bro. It really is, man. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like during the fight, I was sitting there saying, like, "Fuck this sport. If Volkanovski loses, I'm done." I was over here, man, boy. I was scared as hell, and Volk did it. Thank God. And so that's the one thing I really care about tonight was Volkanovski winning. Now, of course, I went 11-2 on picks. And I picked Lopez my first round KO. Because, well, I was scared. Like, come on now, dude. When you're scared for your favorite fighter, what else do you do? You know what I mean? It's kind of when Tony Fraser fought Michael Chandler back in 2022. And I remember I was so scared for fucking Tony. I was like, I picked Chandler by second round knockout, and it happened. It's just with this sport. Like, you can't expect people to stay in their prime the entire time. But Volkanovski, like, to be 36 and still look like he never lost a step is insane. Like, especially the light weight cuts because, he got cut weight and all that shit. It's surprising. A lot of people saying, oh, the weight cut was on Volkanovski. The Drake curse as well. They'll say the Drake curse. Oh, boy. I'm happy it's up for Volkanovski. There's also no UFC card next week. So, yeah, on that note, man, I'm out, man. See y'all in 2 weeks, man. I'm going to be going for a long-ass time. But I'll see y'all next week, man, or 2 weeks later for UFC Kansas City. Yeah, UFC Kansas City. I was going to go to that fight club. I'm most likely not going to because the shit costs too much money. I don't got money all over the place. And so I start getting paid for this YouTube shit, then yeah, I'm not going to any events anytime soon. But UFC Kansas City, Protest versus Ian Gary. I can't wait for that shit, man. I'm going to be hyped. And yeah, on that note, man, I'm out. See y'all for UFC Kansas City. I'm out. Peace.